7 catches in the scrimmage. How'd you feel about being so active out there?
It was just exciting to be back out there. I think McElroy had an awesome day. He really seeing the offense. I think that it's a testament to McElroy and the way that he sort of developed her quarterbacks within his second year in the system. I think that just the offense in total is sort of, was able to give me the catches. So I'm just glad to be out there and helping my team out. But always excited when you have a chance to produce and do so well.
I was going to ask you, has McElroy been as sharp all spring as he was that day?
I think McElroy's just – it's always a development process. I think with him just trying to get in there and being the starting quarterback again and trying to progress his way up right now, I think that, he was super sharp. I think that he was on point. He was – it's different when you're in practice and you're in a scrimmage, and I think just following him out there with live bullets, he let his, intuition, I guess, sort of play into role, and he just did a really good job. So I'm just thankful that, I was on the receiving end of that.
Just in general, how long does it take to get comfortable between a quarterback and a receiver?
Wow, that's a pretty difficult question to answer because I think it's just. It's really timing, honestly, and it's how comfortable are you with each other. Because if a quarterback doesn't feel comfortable with you, then I think that he won't throw you the ball. I think it's also a personal thing because if you're able to be close friends, which me and McElroy are pretty good friends, so I think it sort of translates a little bit onto the field, and then you want to throw and you want to catch together. But I definitely say that if you have a good off season, lucky enough I was able to work with him last year when I was not able to play, and I just think sort of that little bit of chemistry bled into it. So, I can't ever put a time frame of how it is, but just for me in general, I think that was just that year and a half that we were really working together, and I think that's also with everyone on the team.
Colin, during your year off, were you noticing just how important the tight ends were to that offense last year?
It became really, apparent, especially with that first game against Clemson, when everyone was contributing from the Y and the H, from blocking, and then to catching. Nick had, I think, 10 catches that game, and it really, I think, allowed the tight end really to blow up that day for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and it's sort of, I think it's becoming like a staple appointment now, knowing that we run so much two tight end or single tight end. It's just becoming a factor where you're going to have to be able to balance both of those needs with the receivers, and it gave me a lot of excitement just to know that I sort of was able to come to the right place at the right time and have a chance to play the tight end position, especially on a team now that uses it so much.
The guys on this year's team, do you look at it as if we're doing our job, we can do that again this year? Is that kind of the
I think so. I think what it is, I think that's what we see it as, but I also think that we also want to raise the bar. And I think we all want to sort of take the tight end position from what it was last year to make it even a more vital, a more pivotal position on this team, and also a more elusive position where the fact that we can all do everything, and we could be out there in 4 wides, but it's 2 tight ends on the field at the same time, or we could be in, a 2 tight end set and just pound the ball all game. So I think that's just what we're all shooting for, and hopefully we'll have a chance to contribute.
What do you see from some of the actual receivers? Not that you're not an actual receiver. From some of the receivers, who was pretty good. Any of the guys jump out at you?
I think they're all doing a fantastic job. You have Julio, who is just, you look at Julio and he sort of blows you away. He's a phenomenal athlete. I think Darius Hanks is going to be, he's such a fluid receiver. He runs really precise routes and he knows how to get open. I think Mays has he's a little speedster, has incredible athletic ability to jump. I think that you have Earl and McCoy, and they both have tons of experience. They've all played. They've all been in the spotlight, and they know how to handle it. I think the receiving core, the biggest part is just there's a lot more growth and a lot more depth that's happened within this past year, and especially in this offense where you have a wide receiving core where you can spread the ball around. It makes it so difficult for a defense to have to cover one guy. And I think that sort of bothered us some points when, Julio got the ball so much because he's such an incredible athlete. And, I think just spreading the ball around is going to make our offense that much, have much more firepower to it, I'd say.
Has the foot been a hindrance to you at all?
It has. It's just been it's been difficult coming back from an injury like that, especially when it's on the bone where you really load all of your running onto it, and it's it's something that you deal with. You understand that anytime you come back, they're going to have a process of when you have to play through a certain amount of pain and sort of get it kick-started again. So it has been a little bit limiting, but at the same time I'm just excited to be out there and playing, and it really doesn't matter. It's just about playing with the team right now.